Tune into the Green and Growing program on Eagle Community Television with Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Agent. Holly will identify common lawn and garden issues and provide up-to-date information weekdays at noon and 9 p.m. on Channel 14. Green and Growing. Brought to you by Eagle Community Television and Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40 next to the Bickle Schmidt Sports Complex.
Well, it's getting to be fall time, and this is the time of year that a lot of our weeds that have either been dormant during the summer months or maybe present as seed begin to grow or start to have a new flush of growth. And this is a really good time to actually treat for these weeds, even though we think maybe we're getting into fall and our yard work should be about done. Things like dandelions and bindweed, chickweed, henbit, little barley, some of those weeds that we struggle with during the spring and summer months are actually easier to control and to kill during this time of year. So usually we say after a light frost is a really good time to spray. Now we've had a light frost already, but I still would go ahead and wait until probably late October, early November, sometime in there to get out and spray these types of weeds. Now when you're spraying broadleaf weeds like dandelions and bindweed, you want to make sure and use a combination product to get better results. There are combination products out there on the market that contain at least 3, maybe more chemicals, which might include 2,4-D, MCPP, dicamba, and maybe some other chemicals in addition to that. But when you have a combination of those 3 in particular, you'll have better results with a lot of your broadleaf weeds. Now, if you have a lot of bindweed issues, there is a chemical called quinclorac that has been shown to work a little bit better on bindweed. So there are some products out there on the market now for homeowners. One common name is Drive is the chemical name, or there's some other ones out there on the market like Trimec with Q that have that quinclorac in it in addition to those previous broadleaf killers that I just mentioned. Now with a lot of these weeds, like I mentioned, this is the time of year that they are easier to kill simply because they're starting to store food to survive the winter. So dandelions, bindweed, both perennials, they will come back again next spring. So if you get them now while they're taking in that nutrients and carbohydrate storage for the winter, hopefully they'll take up that chemical that much easier and be able to get some good control on those weeds. Usually you want to make sure that no rain is predicted for at least 12 hours after you've sprayed, and you also want to make sure not to mow for at least 2 or 3 days after you've sprayed to ensure that spray has a chance to do its job. If you have questions about weed control or your lawns in general, don't hesitate to contact your local extension office for more information. Reporting for K-State Research and Extension and Eagle TV, I'm Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Extension Agent.
Tune into the Green and Growing program on Eagle Community Television with Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Agent. Holly will identify common lawn and garden issues and provide up-to-date information weekdays at noon and 9 p.m. on Channel 14. Green and Growing. Brought to you by Eagle Community Television and Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40 next to the Bickle Schmidt Sports Complex.